Richard III has a great disparity of roles throughout the play, moulding the audience's perspective of the decrepit, twisted man that we view him as. A powerful role is that of the manipulated actor, as Richard III is repeatedly misleading and deceitful. For example, he pretends to be a caring brother, lover, innocent man, man of God, and the humble heir to the throne, too selfless to claim king. And thus I cloth my naked villainy with odd old ends, stolen out of holy writ, and seems a saint when most I play the devil. This extract portrays Richard III's manipulation of the most immoral form, claiming to be a pious man of God. Through the juxtaposition of devil and saint, great emphasis is placed on this gap between Richard III as a devil and crooked man he is, and that he is most certainly not a saint. A secondary role Richard III plays is that of a Machiavellian villain, a ruler seeking complete order and hierarchy while doing so disregarding the interrelation of ethics and morality with politics. Shakespeare presents Richard III as a witty, vindictive, sarcastic man through the effective placements of stigmatia, allowing him to make remarks embodying such traits. Oh, wonderful when devils tell the truth, more wonderful when angels are so angry. The repartee between Richard and Anne outlines Richard's sociopathic perception of good and bad as instead of relating to Anne and aiding her loss, he makes witty remarks in response to her. As a result, Shakespeare has further accentuated the Malaic ethics and manipulates his surroundings to ensure control and domination over all hierarchy. Juxtaposition, a literary device used throughout the play, presents a clear projection of the frequency exaggerated foil characters. This contrast between Richard III and Richmond is extremely evident despite the fact Richmond only appears later on in the play. Richmond is highly principled, honourable, moral, and righteous character, one that mirrors the values of God. This is further explored in Act 5, Scene 3, when Henry's ghost repeatedly chants to spare and die to Richard while he sleeps in his tent before the battle. However, he speaks the words of encouragement, live and flourish, to Richmond. The exaggerated theme of the devil as Richard's vice further explores Shakespeare's use of foil characters. As a result, a clear correlation can be drawn between Richmond and the influence his character installs upon our perception of Richard as a man dressed in white and well-mannered opposes Richard, the dark demonic manipulator. Lady Anne's character plays a vital role in regard to embodying the representation of women in the play and in turn the role of women in Shakespeare's context. Anne is confronted in the beginning of the text with the death of her husband, Edward IV, and in a moment of emotional weakness is charmed by Richard's words of honey, and agrees to wed him. However, upon her discovery of her husband's death, Anne hexes Richard's future wife, wishing misery upon her. If ever he had a wife, let her be made more miserable by the death of him, foreshadowing her future fate. Both acts of sorcery and weakness act as a key insight into Shakespeare's perception of females. Margaret is portrayed as a very strong female character whose lack of political or physical power is made up by her ability to curse people heartlessly. She plays a role of the prophetess, whose curses seem to harness the power of divine justice and explore the concept of fate. Shakespeare uses foreshadowing within Margaret's curses, therefore making them seem prophetic throughout the play, and in turn reinforcing her witch-like appearance with the lines, "What dost thou scorn me for, my gentle counsel? And sue the devil that I warn thee from. Oh, but remember this one another day, when he shall split thee very heart with sorrow, and say poor Margaret was a prophetess." Margaret is the icon of the powerless feminine group, suffering at the hands of the man. Her curses are able to bring justice to those who have done wrong, but they are able to rid her of the despair she feels from the loss of loved ones. Thus, the same fate befalls the other women, who are taught by Margaret how to curse. Shakespeare has granted the women of this play the small gesture of being able to curse because they are powerless in all other ways and rely on the charity of others.